The phone vibrated on the kitchen counter, its buzz slicing through the midnight quiet like a scream. My hand hovered over the kettle, steam curling around my fingers, frozen. The screen lit up with the name Mark, my wife's ex. At 12:17 a.m., my pulse thudded in my ears, a primal rhythm warning me to look away, to pretend I hadn't seen it. But the message preview burned into my eyes. Can't stop thinking about you. The plan? The kettle screeched. I yanked it from the stove, hands trembling as the room tilted around me. Leah was upstairs, supposedly asleep. We'd been married 3 years, together for 5, and I had thought I knew her. Her laugh, the way she hummed while cooking, her loyalty to me. Us. But that name, Mark, was a ghost from her past, a chapter she had promised was closed. Why now? Why was he texting her? And what was this plan? Excuses formed in my mind. A wrong number, a misunderstanding, a harmless catch-up. But the hour, the secrecy, pressed at me like a splinter under the skin. I set the kettle down, metal clinking softly, and the apartment felt too small, the air heavy with chamomile and something darker, doubt. I glanced at the staircase, half expecting Leah to appear, tousled hair, asking why I was awake so late. But the house remained silent, save for the faint hum of the fridge. My fingers itched to unlock her phone, to see the full message, but guilt stopped me. We trusted each other, didn't we? The next morning, Leah was calm, sipping coffee at the table, green eyes scanning her tablet. "You look tired," she said, soft but edged with concern. "Work stressing you again?" I forced a smile, stomach twisting. Couldn't sleep, just thinking about stuff. The lie tasted bitter. I wanted to ask about Mark, demand why he was texting her at midnight, but the words stuck in my throat. What if I was wrong? What if I sounded paranoid, accusing her of something she hadn't done? Instead, I watched, searching for cracks in her composure. A nervous glance, a too quick smile. Nothing. She was perfect, as always. Days passed, and the text haunted me. I began noticing small things I brushed off. Leah's phone always face down. Her passcode recently changed. Late nights at the gallery supposedly for deadlines. Meetings, client drinks, stories vague and fleeting. I nodded, swallowing unease, convincing myself I was overreacting. Then I saw her typing furiously. Face lit by the screen. My chest tightened. One evening, while she showered, I couldn't resist. Her phone lay unguarded on the coffee table. Heart pounding, I picked it up cold against my palm. I typed the new passcode, her birth year, and it unlocked. My breath caught. The thread with Mark was gone, deleted, but a new one existed with a contact named M. No last name. I scrolled, eyes burning. Meet me at the loft tomorrow, 8 p.m. He won't suspect. Her reply, I'll be there. I need this. Need what? My vision blurred. The words swam before me. The shower stopped. I locked the phone, hand shaking, returning it exactly as I'd found it. That night, I lay beside her, her breathing soft and steady, while my mind spiraled. Was she cheating? Planning to leave? Or was it something worse? I remembered Mark from her stories. Charming, reckless, a geneticist with sharp ambition. She'd left him because he was too intense, she'd said. But a flicker in her eyes always remained when she mentioned him, a mix of regret and something I couldn't name. Now that flicker felt like a warning. The next evening, Leah kissed me goodbye, lips cool against mine. "Late meeting at the gallery," she said, smiling effortlessly. "Don't wait up." I nodded, throat tight, watching her leave. 10 minutes later, I grabbed my keys. I had to know. The loft was in a gritty part town, a converted warehouse, dim streetlights casting long shadows. I parked a block away, heart hammering, spotting her car. Windows glowed faintly. I crept closer, the air sharp with damp concrete and rust. Through a cracked window, I heard voices, hers low and urgent, his smooth and commanding, words indistinct, but the intimacy cut deeper than any blade. My knees buckled. I leaned against the wall, rough bricks scraping my palm. I don't know how long I stood there, frozen, listening to fragments. Better for the future. He doesn't understand. Each phrase a shard of glass slicing through the life I thought we had. I wanted to barge in, scream, demand answers, but my body refused. Instead, I pulled out my phone and began recording, capturing muffled voices, the proof of her betrayal. Back home, I played the audio, hands trembling. His DNA isn't optimal, Mark said. Clinical. You want the best for your child, don't you? Leia's reply, soft, almost broken. I love him, Mark. But you're right. Your heritage, your genes, they're superior. The words hit like a fist, knocking the air from my lungs. She wanted a child, not with me, but with him, because of his genes. I clutched the counter, the room spinning, nausea rising. When she returned home, face pale, I confronted her. What's this? I demanded, playing the audio. Her eyes widened and narrowed. You spied on me, she snapped, voice trembling. Tell me I'm wrong. I said, voice breaking. Tell me you're not planning a child with him because of his DNA. She sank onto the couch, hands twisting in her lap. It's not what you think, she whispered, eyes avoiding mine. Mark, he's been helping me. We've been discussing options. I didn't want to hurt you. Options? I laughed, raw and bitter, sneaking around with her ex, talking about his superior genes. How was that not betrayal? Tears streamed down her face, but she didn't deny it. I want a family, Tom. But with you, we've been trying, and it's not working. Mark offered a solution, artificial insemination. No cheating, just science. Her words should have soothed me. But they didn't. They were another kind of betrayal. A rejection of me, of U.S., of everything I believed we were. You didn't trust me enough to tell me. I whispered. You chose him over me. She reached for me. I stepped back, a chasm between us. The audio played on in my mind, her voice agreeing with him, choosing his heritage over our love. I walked out. The door slammed behind me, echoing like the end of everything. In the following days, I replayed that night, wondering if I had overreacted, if I should have fought harder. But the truth was crueler than infidelity. Leia had weighed my worth and found me lacking, not in love, but in biology, and that cut deeper than any affair.